Obedience, 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 obedience. Obedience is a cornerstone of our faith in God. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Being obedient requires faith in God. Without faith, it is impossible to follow God. Our obedience. Obedience is a cornerstone of our faith in God. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Being obedient requires faith in God. Without faith, it is impossible to follow God. Our obedience. Obey God.
Hey y'all, it's Ashley, aka Ash,
and Shantavia, aka Shay,
and this is Obedience Podcast. Y'all, we just like all over the place today.
Yes.
But we're gonna get it together and we're gonna share with you guys what we have for you guys today. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We have a very special guest. Hey God, got your girl. How you doing?
Put you on the screen.
Yeah. Hi, go.
Y'all go ahead and drop a vote. Y'all go ahead and drop a vote if you're in the chat.
Yes.
Let's see you.
Oh, you're cruising with us tonight.
Yeah, I am not ready at all. I don't even have my questions up.
Yes.
As y'all can see, I didn't make it to lipstick.
I was trying to, y'all, this is the fastest I have ever taken down a twist out, y'all. So if y'all see me kind of picking with it, it's because it's not like how I want it, but you know, give me a couple days and it's gonna be like, ooh, fresh curls. Like I like day 3 and 4 hair, you know. But that's enough.
Hi, Tammy.
Hey, Tammy. How y'all doing today? I hope that y'all had a wonderful day. There we go. I like a little swoop.
There you go.
There you go.
Make sure I use. Oh shoot.
Cool. We can make it. We just need one more, Jay, or we can ask the people just to give us the extra one.
You're right. Let's do that. Let's do it.
We can introduce it and then give us a word.
All right, y'all.
So how many more do we need?
That's it.
Yeah. Or one?
We'll do it. Okay. All right, y'all. We had to get ourselves together. Yes. It has been a Tuesday.
Yes, on Tuesday.
Hey, SKP.
Hey, Mama.
Today was a great day. It's just It was busy, Tammy. It was very busy.
Yeah, I literally just stopped saying, "This is the day. This is the day that the Lord has made." Come on, that the Lord has made. I will rejoice. Yes, I had my Baptist roots in here tonight.
Right? So before we get started, be sure to go ahead and click that like button and then go ahead and share with 5 friends. Now, when you hit that like button, what it does is it tells the people that were live, it tells the algorithm, because for some reason how YouTube is set up is the more likes and engagement that you get on your video, the more that it pushes it up there for people to see. So don't we want everybody to see this amazing interview with this amazing Christian woman?
Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a second to like that button if you haven't, and then share with 5 of your friends. Then, of course, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe.
All those buttons are like right there in between, so you don't have to move far. Just go ahead and click those things. Be obedient and do those things.
I see you dancing. God got you, girl.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama.
All right. Before we get started, we do want to start off with a prayer. Prepare our hearts and minds for today's interview to be able to receive what will be brought forth on today. So after you go ahead and share that video, you like and subscribe, let's go ahead and bow our heads. Father God, we just want to say thank you so much for today. This is the day that you have made, so we will rejoice and be glad in it, Father God. We thank you for this moment and opportunity to come together, to be joined by this beautiful woman. We pray that throughout today, that you prepare our hearts, our ears, and our minds to be able to hear, to be able to receive what is being brought forth on today, so that we may be able to create boundaries, that we may be able to live in abundance for you, God. That we won't be stressed, we won't have anxiety, we won't be depressed, but we will create healthy boundaries for ourselves and to prosper in this life that you have intended for us to live in. We thank you, Father God, and we pray this prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
All right.
All right, y'all. So we are going to go ahead and introduce our very special guest for today. So if y'all are long-time viewers of Obedience Podcast, y'all have seen her more than once. She was actually our second guest ever on the show.
Yeah.
And she came on our show for our episode entitled Therapy. And she shared her testimony, which was so amazing. Hopefully she'll share a little bit today. Yeah, a little sneak peek. But she is such an inspiration to me. She's definitely someone that I look up to because she's bossy in a good way, y'all. So she is a career woman. She's from our hometown. She runs a nonprofit helping teens and children. It's actually called New Minds Mentorship, which is amazing. She does some amazing stuff for those children, y'all. Yeah. She is also the CEO of She's Bossy by Shamiko, which I just love that name because it puts bossy into like a good, positive thing. And she's very encouraging. We were actually on a panel that she did this past weekend where we talked about why you should be able to collaborate as women. Yeah. So she encourages women. She is also an author, y'all. I had to pull out my book for this.
Pull out.
Yes.
Show the people.
Can y'all see that? The Living Spirit. So we are so honored to have our friend of the show and such an amazing, inspirational Christian woman. We want to go ahead and welcome Miss Shamiko Barren.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks so much for that warm welcome. Y'all actually had me over here blushing. I was like, oh, that's sweet.
It was all true. It was all true.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. I see you got the ring light going.
Where you see?
Push through.
Okay. Hope y'all don't see too much, but yeah.
We forgot to add production crew to her list of things that she does.
Yes.
Yes.
Because she does that as well. She does so much. But thank you so much for taking out the time to come with us today and interview and to teach us and also the people on creating boundaries.
You're welcome.
All right, so if you guys are regular with us, you know we like to open up with the icebreaker, just to have a little fun, to get to know Shamiko a little bit. But today's game is song association. Have you ever heard of song association? Or tuned into those videos on YouTube?
No.
Okay, well let me tell you.
Okay.
So pretty much we'll give you a word.
Okay.
And you have to come up with a song with the word in the title or within the lyrics of the song.
Okay.
All right, you got it?
All right. Got it.
All right. So let's get started. I'm just like a song here. We're doing this game.
So it's the perfect game then, right?
Yes.
So I'll go first. Now, I really hope that you sing the song that's on my mind.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Expectations are high.
Yes,
We supposed to sing. I'm supposed to be singing.
If you feel comfortable.
Oh, okay. I am a first alto, so we'll see what y'all come up with. Okay.
I'm a little soprano, so I can help you. Whatever comes together.
This should be fun.
All right, dance.
Oh, that's easy. Whitney Houston. Oh, I want to dance with somebody. Come on. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yay! Dance with somebody. Y'all like that?
That was the song I wanted.
Yes.
That song just puts you in a good mood. I just love it.
It does. It really does.
I want to dance. Yes, I just love it. Okay. All right, so the next word is black.
Black. Oh, Blackberry Molasses.
Oh,
Of those things that never change. I don't know. That's an old song.
I heard.
I don't know that Blackberry Molasses by. I don't even remember the group at the time, but yeah, they're from Atlanta. But yes, Blackberry Molasses.
Is it blues?
No, it was a teen group. It was Mr. Mista. Look it up once we get off the show. Blackberry Molasses.
I remember. I don't know what from, but I did like it.
I never heard that. Oh God,
you learned something new.
That song. Yeah, I'm looking it up. Look at my workout playlist.
No,
it's not. That's slow. It's slow.
That's more of a cool down.
Oh man,
it's a good song. I'm actually gonna listen to it once we get out, since y'all brought it
up. All right. See, Tammy, that was before my time too. All right, so the next word is clean.
Clean. So fresh, so clean. Outcast, another Atlanta group. I can't even remember the chords, but so fresh and so clean. Yeah. 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 That's a good one. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing good.
You are. You're doing amazing. Because you're doing it all like within 2 seconds.
Really?
So what I win? I'm playing.
Right. Yeah, I don't know why my mind went to Wipe Me Down.
That's a good one too.
I don't even think it had. Yeah.
I don't think clean is in there.
I don't know.
White would have been a great word.
My mind went to white.
Wipe Me Down.
Yes, that's a great song too. That's a great workout song.
Yeah. All right. So the next word is lemon.
Lemon. A song with the word lemon.
I don't know if I remember how it goes.
I ain't never heard a song with the word lemon in there.
Y'all heard it. Y'all just forgot about it. It's that Rihanna and Pharrell song.
Oh,
Who sing it?
It's, Rihanna and Pharrell. Yeah, the girl did a dance off of it. Yeah.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because I ain't heard of that either. I thought y'all were making up something now.
I had to throw the lemon out there, because of
Yeah, the representation. Yeah,
as much as we can for you.
I appreciate that.
Oh, I got you, girl. That is a song.
Oh, yeah, she said Gucci Man. Yes, she is so right. Yes.
Go ahead, Kendall.
Oh, my mama, she went back to clean. Won't he make you clean?
Make me inside.
Won't he make you?
Girl,
That's a good one.
That's a
That's a good
one.
Look, we're gonna have us a nice playlist once we log out. I will anyway.
All right. So the next one. The next one is yours, right? Yes. Okay. Spirit.
Spirit, I know I've heard something with spirit in there. Got to be a gospel song. Yeah. What y'all thinking?
It's a classic on this show.
Oh, no, I wasn't thinking about that. I took it through a throwback.
What do you want to say?
Oh, shoot, it enough for me.
I can't think of a song that says spirit.
Spirit falls like fresh on me. Y'all heard that?
I know it's a song that has that in there, but I can't think of one in the title.
All right.
That's a good one.
It's a classic.
It's a classic.
Yes, see? I got you, girl.
Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. You're welcome in this place.
All right.
All right. The last one.
Well, we have two more, but we're going to let our audience choose the last word.
Okay.
All right. So next to the last, the word is. What do you want to? Oh, the word is fresh. I got a song in my mind.
I do too.
Oh, you go ahead. What's your song?
It's still part of the one clean, so fresh, so clean. Use the same song.
Yeah. Hey, it ain't no rule that say you can't.
Yes.
It's so fresh and so clean.
Yeah.
So we'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, ladies. We need a word from y'all. Drop a word in the chat for us.
Give us one last word, ladies.
No peeking, Shamiko. I don't know if you can
Okay,
speak.
I won't look. Okay, I won't look.
Okay, we got one, Tammy. Tammy was the first one, so we're gonna go with yours.
Oh, girl, I like
Friend.
Oh, I got one.
Okay, you do yours first.
Friends. How many of us have been friends?
The ones you can depend on. Friends.
Oh, you heard that harmony? Harmony we had going.
I told you, it's just whatever come out.
Yes.
You know the one I thought of?
What?
Ocean, still mine.
It's some friends and stuff together.
I was thinking about TLC. What about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they let you down? Hey. You know, with the long sideburns. Did she have long sideburns?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all really don't know my song though?
No. You've been watching Teletubbies or something?
SpongeBob.
Oh, no.
F is for friends and do stuff together. U is for you and me.
That's good. I'm glad you learned that.
I can't believe y'all. That was a good one, Tammy. I'm just so sad that y'all don't know my song.
That's okay. As long as you got a word. That was good. Well, that ends our game of song association. Thank you guys for playing with us. Thank you, Shamiko. I think you did a pretty good job.
You did amazing.
Yes.
Way better than me. Thinking of those songs hot off the press.
Yes.
All right, so let's get into these questions.
Okay.
All right, ladies, if y'all do have any questions, be sure to drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
If you did submit any questions to us, I do have those, so you don't have to put it in there anymore. But if you haven't, go ahead and drop it in the chat or send us a DM, and we'll be sure to go ahead and ask Shamiko or ourselves the question. But see, God got your girl said her comment disappeared, but she knows that song. Thank you. Thank you for having my back.
That's good. I'm glad somebody got it.
Thank you so much. But like I mentioned in your introduction, to go ahead and get into the question, like I mentioned in your introduction, you are the bossiest of bossy women that I know.
That's so sweet.
Remember, that is a good term, okay? So,
Yes.
what led you to become the bossy woman that you are today?
That's a good question. When I say what led me to become the bossy woman that I am today, I would probably just say just being an inspiration, not being afraid to kind of go after what I want. And just kind of setting my own, rules kind of. And, that's the origin. I think we talked a little about this weekend about She's Bossy by Shamiko. It's not she's bossy with an attitude, nothing like that. It's basically she's bossy by, I have control, over my life. I have control to make, things successful and so much more. I think, like when we were talking about boundaries and stuff like that, I'm the boss. So I say, I can put boundaries in place. I can make my own decisions, be myself uniquely, and individually. And that's a great thing. But I would just probably say just, going after what I want. I've always kind of been a leader. I've been probably in leadership probably since I was like 19. So I've always kind of been in a leadership role. So I would kind of say that kind of set the foundation of me being the bossy woman. But yeah, I wanted to flip that. It's not a like boss with an attitude. It's boss of empowerment, of my own life.
Yes. Every time I hear it, I think of Cooley's song.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes you feel
Yes.
It really does. It just changed your walk a little bit.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? It's like She's Bossy by Shamiko. I kept trying to think of other names, but it was just something about that. And that name actually came probably like 3 years ago. I had an event. It was just called She's Bossy. And I had She's Bossy, and I just started making it like an annual event. I think I had She's Bossy Entrepreneur Her, and then it was like She's Bossy Business Etiquette, and She's Bossy Business and Balance. And then I was like, this She's Bossy, let me go on and stick with that and use that. So, yeah.
I love it. I love how you turned a word that people try to make negative into something.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's so good. All right. So in our decluttering episode that came out last Saturday, if you guys have not checked it out, we hope that you guys go back and tune in after this video. So we did share the different stages of our decluttering process. So what are your stages of a decluttering process?
Oh, I was listening to your episodes, and when I think of declutter process, it basically just starts with just pulling everything out. Just pulling everything out. And what happened recently, probably about a month ago, I just started to declutter my office. I got like a new desk and things like that. And I said, I'm going to go through some stuff and, kind of just pull some stuff out. And y'all, I don't know how all this stuff was in the desk, but I threw away like 2 to 3 garbage bags full of paper. And I'm like, all this paper was in here. Garbage bags. You heard me right, garbage bags. And I'm like, what are you doing? So my declutter process usually starts with pulling everything out. You know, I did that declutter, of my office to kind of set things up, and also declutter closet. I think I heard Ashley talk about her closet on one of the episodes. I don't know what happens in there. I'm the only person that stay here, and I just don't understand how the clothes. I don't understand how the clothes get where they are. I mean, y'all, I literally peep in my closet sometime, and I'm like, roll my eyes and close the door. I'm like, you ought to be ashamed. Like, how did you get here? So yeah, and usually when I'm doing the clothes and declutter, kind of like Ashley, I put some stuff on the chair, put some stuff on the bed. I put some stuff that, hey, I can donate, stuff that I haven't wore for a while, So I have about 3 or 4 different piles going on. And I usually don't donate anything to anyone that, like, if it's just completely worn out, I dispose of it. But if it's good quality and just because I don't wear it, I will donate it to somebody individually. So yeah, so I start with that first, examining what I have, pull it out and start, dividing stuff up and start to try to let some things go. Yeah.
What you said there about your new desk, it really pointed out to me because most of the time when you begin to declutter or cleaning up, I feel like you always bring something new into your room. You gotta make room for the new.
Yes. And this is the thing, it's actually a bigger desk. That's what's so crazy. It's a new desk and it's even bigger. And I pulled out so many things. So yeah.
Ashley had a revelation.
Girl.
Tell me about your revelation, Ashley.
Girl, y'all just preaching and y'all don't even know it.
Really? Pass the collection plate. No.
Girl. Y'all look how, just think about it. If we can apply those things to our life, like you have to get rid of all those papers and those bags and stuff. And you just said, like, okay, for me, if you want to clean out your heart, you want to clean out your life, your mind, we got to get rid of some things in our lives that's in the way, right?
Yeah.
We got to get rid of those, that garbage, and put it out and give, maybe teach some people from our testimonies and stuff like that. That could be applied to, when we're giving away things. Yeah. You said you got a bigger desk than what you already had. So when we move things out of the way, we're making room for God to give us bigger and better things.
Yes, that's a good revelation.
Like Barren says, exceedingly abundantly more than we can even ask or think. So when we move things out the way, y'all, God can give us a bigger desk.
It makes the room for God, and when we're talking about the declutter process or the declutter stages, even just when you think about it in a spiritual way, kind of how I said, as far as my clothes, I put like some work clothes here. I put some clothes that I'm going to, maybe donate here, throw away here, or hang up. And I think that's the same thing we have to do in our life, in our spiritual life. God, I got to put some things here. I have to declutter this, unforgiveness or these grudges I'm holding. I need to declutter, here, make this right with that. I know you said vengeance is mine, but I kind of want to do the thing myself. But hey, declutter that. So we can definitely apply that to our spiritual life. Start looking at things. Just like I said, I pull everything, out the closet. Sometimes we just have to pull. I think y'all were saying on one of the episodes, like purge, we got to start pulling, these things out that is no longer serving us. You know what I'm saying? What are these things that we're holding on to? And it's so, like, just when you think about it, like, how many things are you holding on to? And God can't grant you or give you anything else because, one, your hands are not free. You're holding so many things. So in order for God to be able to give you something, plant something, you have to be available. Your hands have to be open. And your hands can't be open if you got bags like Erykah Badu. And y'all, I used to love that song, Bag Lady. I used to love that song. And I remember I even said I wanted to get a tag on my car that said bag lady, right?
Mhm.
And somebody told me, I was telling somebody about this, and they said, being a bag lady is not a good thing, right? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, really? And bag lady is basically by her holding all these problems and holding on to all this baggage. So yeah, we definitely have to, push some things out, to make room, for the new, have open arms and be ready. So yes, that's a good revelation.
So, bag lady. You gonna
Yeah,
hurt
go back. I
yourself.
mean, I thought I was doing something. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give me a shirt to say bag lady.
Just
No, ma'am.
No, we better let it go something else.
yeah, there you go.
Let it go, let it go. Y'all remember that? Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Yeah.
Please let it go, y'all. We can't handle it. It's here, so.
Mhm.
All right, yeah. Go on with the next question.
Okay.
Before I say something.
Okay, so you just mentioned about how sometimes we hold on to things that no longer bring us joy. And actually, I talked about this in the episode, and it's called the Marie Kondo method,
Yeah.
where she says you look at it, and if it no longer brings you joy, get rid of it, which makes so much sense because we have so many things around us, objects, not even talking about people at this point. We have so many things around us that no longer bring us joy, and it's just taking up room that
Mhm.
we free space. Think about the people in your lives now. So,
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you, have you ever kept someone or something in your life that stopped bringing joy into it? And then, if so, what were the results slash effects of doing this?
Keeping someone or something in my life that no longer served me. I would probably say a friendship. Holding on to a friendship, because of the length of the friendship, but it was not bringing joy. It was not of good quality. And every time I interacted with this individual, I would be drained. I would be in you know, a bad space. And I kind of committed to myself. Actually, I think it was last year. I wrote down a list of things that I wanted God to do. And you have to be careful when you submit that list to God because he answers that. And one of those things was I asked God, I wanted to create authentic relationships.
Mhm.
And that was at the top of my list. And I noticed that I had parted ways with some people that I had been friends with a long time. But remember, I prayed to God for authentic, what's real. And a lot of times we hold on to things. People, I know we can talk about people or things, but we hold on to things because it just makes us comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's a comforting place. We hold on to relationships. How many people have you heard that say, I'm just here? I mean, I've actually heard people say, I'll just stay here because I don't feel like doing the work to find another husband or, find another spouse or and the same thing, at home. I'm just gonna hold on to this. This is not serving me in a purpose, but it's mine. It's comforting. And so much more. So there have been times, I've held on to things, but y'all, I've always, even when I've held on to things, I've always went to God in prayer. And
Mhm.
sometimes I may not want to know that answer, but I would tell God, you got to give me an inkling, give me a nudge, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be ready to hear that answer, when you want to release something that's no longer, bringing you joy. So yeah, most definitely I've experienced that.
That's definitely a thing. Be careful what you ask for.
Yes, yes,
Yeah. And it ain't gonna be comfortable, like you
No.
said. But
yeah.
that's how we actually grow when we're uncomfortable. Yeah. We can't grow in a comfortable situation.
You sure can. I wish, but it seemed like every time God want to take you to another level, it's like, oh, here we go, like growing pains, like And I was actually researching something. I don't know how this came up, but I remember I was researching something about growing pains and babies and stuff like that. And kids, of course, going through growing pains, they start whining, crying, this or that. And I was thinking about the same thing with us as Christians, when we started to go through stuff, what do? Like, we whine, we cry. I'm like, God, I ain't ready for this. But those are growing pains. We have to go through that, to get where, God needs us to be. So most definitely.
Girl, that is so girl. Growing pains hurt.
Yeah. Keep growing. You a little hurt so bad. You want the full smile.
You want the purpose of the teeth because you want to eat that good steak.
Yes.
Dang, you can't gnaw on it.
That's so funny.
That's good.
But growing does serve a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. We kick and whine when we're going through stuff, but we don't see it as an opportunity for purpose.
Mm-hmm.
All pure joy, y'all. Consider it all pure joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, blessing me tonight. All right. So in your book, The Lemon Spirit, come on, commercial.
Yes, thank you.
Available on Amazon.
Link in the description, y'all.
Yeah.
Commercial books. Okay.
Yes. And y'all know we coming up on our anniversary next month. And y'all know next month is Mental Health Awareness Month, just a FYI. So yeah.
It's a good book, y'all. Y'all can see I got it all marked up. Y'all definitely want to get this.
It's really good to read. And we're not just saying that.
We're not.
All right. So in The Lemon Spirit, you talked about the importance of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
And in one of your self-care habits, you did talk about saying no.
Mm-hmm.
And no is a complete sentence.
It is.
It doesn't serve any excuses. You don't have to put a but or because.
No.
It's a complete sentence.
I just won't come. I'm just not gonna make it. I just can't today.
Right. And that's okay.
Yeah. And that takes growth, you know what I'm saying? Nobody automatically, because I know we're talking about boundaries and different things like that, but nobody automatically, goes that way, just say no. I mean, if you're like me, I'm a very giving person. So, I want to be able to help my friends, my family, and just so much more. I'm just very giving of my time, my resources, and so much more. But you cannot, deplete yourself. I know many of us operate, we're entrepreneurs or, operating in ministry or whatever that is. And I just don't believe it is in God's will for you to be worn out. You know what I'm saying? He can't use you in ministry if you're worn out, depleted, you're burnt out. So yes, self-care is very important. I had to practice saying no because at first I was saying no and had a question mark and I was still trying to find a way like maybe I can still do this, maybe I can make that happen. But it turned to a way, it's just no. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about once you learn to say no, when people say no to you, like you understand, you don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? You don't take it personal because like, no, I just don't want to do it. I mean, there's nothing wrong. It's nothing personal. Just know, these are my days off. I'm very protective. I'm off on Saturdays and Sundays. And even when I do have some, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. This is all I'm gonna do. But I'm very protective, of my time, because I like rest. I like rest and I like laying around, even if it's just laying in the bed, watching Netflix. Like I like that. But yeah, saying no, putting limits on even the time I take phone calls. Y'all know one of the things, and a lot of people tease me about that, putting in my book that I was like, I usually don't answer calls after 8 p.m. or something. And it's so crazy because I do have people sometimes trained, I know my mom, she'll call me like at 7 something. She was like, because I know if I call you in 30 minutes or an hour, like you ain't gonna pick up. Like, no, like what are we talking about? I mean, I'm winding down and you should be too. So I just do not like all my time, taken up. And I like what Tammy was saying, like, even Jesus rested. I mean, he set aside at least one day. So if Jesus set aside one day, why don't you think you need a day? So most definitely say no. And I know a lot of us use, I know there's a lot of terms and a lot of people are using, self-care, but it's very important. It's very part of your mental health, your emotional, your professional, you just can't burn yourself out. Um, I remember somebody saying like, yeah, if you say yes to everything, even if you do feel like, you're saying yes to everything, there's still something you say no to. If you're saying yes to all this, then you're saying no to your rest. You're saying no to your mental health. You're saying no to spending time with your kids, your spouse, and so much more. But self-care is an intentional thing. It has to be very intentional. It has to be intentional, most definitely.
I know the no is a complete sentence is something that I've had to definitely develop over time.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten to the point where I can say no, but I always want to give. I can't do it because, or I can do it this day though. And it's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
don't make an excuse to get out of it. Don't try to push it off. Just say no. Stick to it. Say no. And I know one thing that when I worked with Lakeisha, she helped me with. She was like, if it's really not going to push your purpose forward, or if it gets you away from your purpose, or it gets you away from something that you planned, then you're saying that I'm less than as a person. I'm less than, or my purpose is less than, and that's not true.
Yes. Most definitely. I love that. And I think another thing, and I like what you said people pleasing. And I know just me being a giver and yeah, you could get caught in that. Yes, I do that. I'll be that. But you know what happens when you say yes to everything and you become exhausted? I mean, I remember there was a time that I actually think I was supposed to be speaking at an event, but because my calendar, I had said yes to so many things, I actually forgot that I had this. And I remember receiving a message and y'all, I'm just riding home, listening to the music, like, yeah, I'm gonna go home. And I think it was like 5:30 and the thing started at 6. And I think somebody messaged me or whatever. It's like, yeah, the event starts and such and such. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, I totally forgot. And I apologize, but that's y'all when I knew then. That's when I knew then I had to come up with a schedule, write things down. And, sometimes I just have to be, no, I can't be everything to everybody. And I like something that Shay said, something about something, taken away from her purpose. And I think I wrote on social media last week that we have to also ask ourselves, because when we do these things, is this a God thing or is this an ego thing? You know what I'm saying? What category does this go in? Is this a God thing or is this an ego? And when I say it's an ego thing, because y'all know, being entrepreneurs and so much more, society of social media teaches that hustle mentality. So you always got to be moving. You know what I'm saying? If you're not working, if you're not working, like what you doing, you lazy. It's frowned upon, like, oh, you're not doing anything. And that's why I have to ask myself, is it a God thing or is it an ego thing? Because if it's a God thing, God is not telling you, if you already got this many things on your plate, then why are we taking on these other things? You know what I'm saying? We need to prioritize, things. And, I'll put some things on a back burner, and I'm a firm believer. If something is God sent, you're not going to miss anything that God has for you. You understand? You're not going to miss absolutely nothing. If it's from God, it'll still be there. It's no missed opportunity with God. You'll get it if it's for you. God will make that circle back around to you. I'm sorry, that was a long response, but
okay. That was so good because I was just thinking about, like, I'm not a hustler. I wasn't built to be a hustler.
No.
I'm not built for these streets.
No.
And it
No.
also took me back to when we first started. Like I felt like I had to be on social media all the time, sharing everything. But as soon as like I created a balance for myself. I said, okay, I'm gonna cut it out here. I'm gonna do some research, and then I'm just gonna ask God to do the increase.
Yeah.
That's part. Our engagement grew. That started getting more traffic to the social medias.
Okay.
Look at God doing.
Create the boundary.
Yeah.
And I think it also like when I think it was Steve Harvey had said, if you get, or somebody had said, I won't put his name in it, but like if you sleep 8 hours, then you won't be successful. Like, oh, okay, well I'm not in a position of successful then because I need my rest. Because just think about it, if we're not resting and getting our sleep, and having our self-care, like I'm not gonna be able to give you anything. Like not good because I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna give you an
about sleeping the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be grouchy. I'm not gonna be able to give some good fruit. So I'm gonna take my rest and my self-care. How about that?
I agree.
And then one thing I thought about too, when you let it go and gave it over to him as far as stopping building that boundary, it was when you were trying to control something when God just wanted to be.
Yes.
He was able to work the way he wanted to. Right. Once you got out of his way. Right. So yeah.
Love that. Good stuff.
Recently I just implemented a do not disturb like thing. Just because it's like I don't want my time with him or my time working in my purpose to be distracted. So it's like if I feel like I need to spend a day with him, everybody I need to really talk to is at my house.
Yes.
And if I'm editing, I usually would keep my phone on. But it's like, no, let me cut it off so I can just focus on this. I don't have to stop. If somebody calls me, if somebody texts me, I can just go all the way through with it. I am looking for a tool that can tell people, hey, I'm spending time with God. It didn't work when I tried it last night.
I like that.
Yeah. People should be able, your friends and your family, they should understand. If they don't understand, then they shouldn't be in your life. Because that person's being very selfish. If they don't understand that, hey, I need my alone time. Because I'm pretty sure they're getting their alone time.
Oh, yeah.
And if they're not, then something's just wrong with them.
Or they may not. That's why they expect you to do everything.
Yes.
At that time. So just if they don't know or don't respect it, just teach them. Be like, hey, this is how it's gonna be. I don't mean no harm, but this is how it's gonna be. Yeah, and
they
may
not
like
point.
it, but okay,
sorry. That was a good point. What you said earlier, when you when you begin to say no to people, it's easier for you to accept no from people.
Yeah,
I can say that is honestly true. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you get it. You get it. Like if Shantae say no, oh, she's not acting funny. I mean, she's saying no. And I think the thing is, like you said, if you have people, around you, if they don't respect your boundaries, I think I read a quote, like if they don't respect your boundaries, they're probably the reason why you have to have boundaries in the first place. You know what I mean? Because I just like to take some time off, and I know me and some of my cousins, we get it. Like they'll call, and I even had a cousin left a voicemail like, I know you ain't sleep. You just, you're looking at the phone or you doing this. You ain't sleep. Oh, yeah, you're probably right. I'm just sitting here, but I like spending time with myself. Like you said, meditating so much more, clearing my mind. So yes.
I forget all about my phone, leaving in the other room. Intentionally, I will forget about my phone. So.
Because you can really walk from that phone. You really can. I know my family was over Saturday, and I just put my phone on the charger in my room and just walked away until everybody left. And it really gave me the opportunity to spend time, be in the moment. Yeah. All right. So I did mention this, y'all, but creating boundaries is actually something that I actively struggle with. I am a work in progress. I have gotten so much better, y'all. Ashley can attest. So what advice would you give to someone who's actually struggling in the creating boundary issue?
I would probably say, you need to look inside, like why, you having issues creating boundaries, and y'all know how the new phrase they're using, like fear of missing out. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel like you always got to be talking tied to some, or you're gonna miss some. But I would probably tell them to examine, like, why is it that you feel like, you can't create boundaries. One, you got to be comfortable with yourself. You can't be the person that's, I guess you would say, some people always have to be connected with someone. You got to be able to handle yourself before you can handle other people. And me, I can't stress it enough. I created boundaries because I like peace. I like peace, and I like good mental health. And I think when you look at boundary, I think I was looking it up, like, I don't know, it was Hebrew or Greek, and it was like basically saying, like a boundary is it's like a border. Basically, it's a border. It's what you can find. You kind of set, yourself apart. And sometimes you do need to set yourself apart, one, to just, rest physically, mentally, you know what I mean? And I think it's just practice makes perfect. And also, pray about it as well. I've set boundaries with friends. I've set boundaries with family members. And when I mean I set boundaries, I even did some as close as, okay, I'm going to block these people, or whatever. Because I know y'all know they have a button too on social media where it says, like, snooze this person for a while. Like, I don't want to talk to this person. But this is me setting boundaries is how I stay mentally healthy, and peaceful. And I remember the first time I really got into setting a boundary, especially even with a family member. I remember I prayed to God. I remember I was asking him, like, am I doing something wrong? Is that wrong that I want to separate myself or take a break? You know what I'm saying? And I realized it's nothing wrong with that. And I think even me and my doctor was talking, y'all know I'm very open about, my challenges with anxiety, mental health, and so much more. And I remember my doctor saying, just because somebody is your family member, just because they have the title family member, does not mean they cannot be toxic. It doesn't mean they can't, be toxic. And, unless little bitty kids or anything like that, most of us, we don't stay in the house with our siblings. But when she told me, just because somebody, your family member, doesn't mean they get to treat you any kind of way. And it doesn't mean you have to tolerate a certain type of behavior. And once she told me that, and also I prayed about it, God is not the author of confusion. So if you want some wisdom, pray, submit it to God. And I think even though some people might feel uncomfortable that you set those boundaries, I believe eventually, they'll start to respect that. They'll start to respect, what you take and what you don't take. So yeah, but I'll just tell people, give it a try. What do you think you're gonna miss if you set a boundary? And as I mentioned before, if someone gets mad because you're setting a boundary, it's probably the reason you need to set one anyway. There's no reason that any of us can't have a break. And there's no reason any of us can't have a break. And I know also a good thing is to have an accountability partner, when it comes to boundaries and how we stand doing stuff and the clutter. My mom, I can't say the words on this Christian podcast, but she will call me and be like, what are you doing? I hope you're not doing this week, this. I hope you don't have all this going on. And she's a very good person as far as reminding me, especially to set boundaries in my business. You know what I'm saying? She's like, what are you doing this week? You better be sitting down. Because y'all know me, like on Facebook, my mom was like, why is you working? My mom was like, what is you doing? Like, y'all, my mom, she don't really be on social media like that. But she's like, people be inboxing her like, Shamika do this, she write books, this, that. Like, mama said, what do you have going on? Sit still. So
Sit down, girl.
yes. But yeah. So that's what advice I would give.
We actually have a viewer submitted question.
Okay.
And to pull that up.
That is great advice. Man.
Well, y'all let me know if y'all can see.
Child, yes. How do you assess when you allowed it to be broken from the? How do you establish a boundary when you allowed it to be broken from the beginning? What does she mean by what do you mean by it being broken in the beginning? The boundary.
So, from my interpretation of it, and I've done this too, God got you, girl.
Okay.
So I do understand.
Yeah.
Um,
Me too, girl.
you know,
But I
like,
got it.
right? Okay, so you know, like when you create a boundary for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the beginning, you create a boundary for yourself, and you're very lenient with that boundary, and then
Yeah.
notices that you're being lenient with it. But when you decide to be firm again, they're like, "What? Why are you acting funny? Or what's wrong with you?"
Mhm.
Basically, how do you reestablish a boundary? Basically,
That's
You have to be well, first thing first, when you go into that, you have to be assertive. Like you have to be serious. You have to be assertive, like, hey, this is what it's going to be. I don't know if the boundary, it could be lending somebody money, doing something for somebody, whatever it is, you need to be assertive and let them know that you are not playing. And even when they try to push your button, just like we were just saying, like if somebody asks you to do something, no is a complete sentence. We usually say no and try to figure out, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. No, it is no. So I would say, like, number one, start with being assertive. And I also put some notes, had some notes on my phone as well. um know your limits. Practice makes perfect. I told y'all at the beginning, setting boundaries or saying no and all that stuff, it's not easy at first because it feels uncomfortable, and especially if you've been doing it so long, you feel like you're doing something wrong. So practice makes perfect, and I promise you it gets easier. It gets easier. And I'm just so grateful that the friends that I do have, like, we respect each other. Like, we know we not acting funny. We just at home taking naps. Oh, we that's what we doing. Like, we taking naps. We not acting funny. We already know. Like, girl, what you doing? Laying down. Oh, okay. What you doing now? I'm just finished eating and finna lay back down. So yeah, I would say, yeah, God got you, girl. Practice makes perfect, and you just have to let them know. You kind of just put your foot down. Most definitely.
I know I've texted Ashley many a days. Well, I fell asleep accidentally and just woke up.
Girl, take your rest, girl. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, but I do have something I want to also mention too. God got you, girl. One thing that my therapist pointed out to me, because it is very hard in the beginning. She says that you have to think about what your morals and values are.
Mm-hmm.
She said if that thing is not going against your morals, and if it goes against your morals and it goes against your values, then automatically that's an easy no. And then she said that if the person it's not going to kill that person, or if it's as a result of them doing something incorrectly, it's not on you. So if it's not going to kill them and it's not going to hurt a lot of people, it's okay to say no.
Yeah.
They just need to figure it out themselves. It's not your solution to fix. And another thing I would say is in that reestablishing phase, definitely try to be what's the word? Assertive is a good word that you use. What's the word that's not assertive? Yeah, don't be so like
Passive.
out of nowhere. What I'm trying to say is, I remember one time with Ashley. Ashley was like trying to reestablish a boundary with one of me and one of our friends, and then out of nowhere, she just like went off on us, and we was like,
Well, if that's what you got to do, did you get the point? No, just playing.
And we was like, huh? And you know, when we reacted like, huh, what is going on? That's when she was, I'm like,
Okay.
I'm trying to, I promised myself that I wouldn't do this anymore, which is cool. It's just like, if they are your true friend, they should be able to have an honest conversation with you. Just don't be so aggressive with them at first. Try to
ease into it. You know, I was gonna say, well, you probably should be maybe ease into it. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody says some, you know, ask you to some, you know, no. I can't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's like, you know, no. And I think, you know, and like it's all about, you know, your true, you know, friends. And, you know, I mean, I'm not a machine. I'm not, you know, let me tell y'all, if you don't get rest, I just want to tell y'all some of the things like when you don't set boundaries and when you don't take rest. Y'all, I've been getting ready in the morning time and I have put my toothpaste on my makeup sponge because I was so delirious. I was like, girl, what are you doing? I've ran the shower in the morning and I took my work clothes and threw them in the shower because I thought I was throwing my rag in there because I was just completely, and I was like, you know what? You may need some rest and you may need to start saying, you know, no. So yeah, you got y'all, we got to take care of our temple, our vessel, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting that rest. I think I've said that enough, but I'm just trying to help somebody.
You attacking me because I have been fussed at so much these past 2 weeks about resting. I feel like I'm being fussed at.
Yeah.
Just to add to the question, I just wanted to touch on like I would say don't beat yourself up about crossing the boundary. Just get back to your why and then get back to the other side. Get back and, you know, I hate to say like build a wall, but build that boundary again.
Yeah, that's good.
That was awesome.
Because if you knock down a brick wall, you just got to rebuild it. Yeah, it's possible to rebuild. It's not impossible to rebuild. So just keep that in mind. That is good.
Like that.
And you said in your comment, I got you. Let me put it up on the screen so everybody can see. It says my morals and values were different 4 months ago. So I guess I got to get with assertive, but not so aggressively. And I wrote in the comment section, but I just wanted to say again, you can't always go where you're trying to go with the same people that you were with 4 months ago.
That's true.
Sometimes people are just in your life for a reason or a season, and you can't take everybody with you. I know when I first came into the Christian walk, there were a couple things and people that I had to let go of. But trust me, once you let go of those things that no longer bring you joy, or those things that's blocking other things from happening, you'll start to see things move in your life. Yeah. And so if those people aren't accepting who you are now, then I say good riddance. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Just keep your distance.
Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. If you don't get anything else from this episode, I would say take your nap.
If you don't hear nothing else, get those naps in. Okay.
I don't know what it is about like a nap. When I can get a nap in my day,
Oh, girl.
Like I don't get them often, but like when I find time for them, just like a little just get away for 5 minutes or so. I think that's a beautiful thing. My mom was talking about me like that ain't no nap. I feel like those 5 to 10 minutes are like my power nap.
My nap's that's a nap.
See, I'm joining now because she's talking about naps.
See, at 4:30 when I got off work, I wanted to take a nap so bad. I had to choose between eating and taking a nap. Oh, I'm eating. Yeah, I chose to eat, but I had to choose, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. So we're wrapping up this interview. So one last question because we got boundaries. Shamiko, get off the phone.
Oh, you're right. And then
we got
and it's like
she cut us off.
But y'all my girls though. Y'all my girls.
Let's hurry up. All right. So let us know what's next for you.
Wow, what's next for Shamiko? I'm continuing to work on things. As far as new minds, I have some great things coming up this summer, and I'm going to be training kind of more youth girls on entrepreneurship and so much more. I also have something coming for other women that want to publish their book. I'm working on some materials so I can have like a nice webinar, and it's going to be very informational so they can publish, do everything they want to do, by themselves for their book. So I have quite a few things coming up, but y'all know, since I'm talking about rest, I just want to tell y'all a little secret. May is I'm on break. Y'all know what I mean? I'm taking a break. So I will resume. So most of my things I'm going to be doing, it will resume in June. So yeah, the next things I'm working on is book publishing for women. I had a lot of people reach out to me about, the steps to do and self-publish. Working on like some teen summit, as well as having a She's Bossy, like a mini junior camp type of thing. So that's something I am working on. So yes.
So exciting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that sounds so exciting, and we can't wait to see all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, follow her. Shay has put the link in the.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes.
Go ahead and purchase the lemon stick.
Yes, it's a beautiful book. Most, and y'all know I've had to go back and read my book myself. I mean, like I remember I was talking to somebody about something, and I was like, "What do you think about this?" And he was like, "Well, go look in your book. I think you wrote something about it." I was like, "Yeah." So hey, it still helps me. I have to go back and read my book. So most definitely. So
I can feel you on that, because sometimes I have to go back and think about what we said on the episode.
Oh yeah, I go back and watch episodes all the time.
look, have to go back to like what you said. Like, yeah.
What they say, you got to preach with
Yes.
practice what you preach.
Y'all know, I was gonna say, y'all know we don't be doing that, but preaching to ourselves. We preach to ourselves before, we give out, anything. So yes. Most definitely.
All right, so guys, we have provided the links for you. You can check her out on all of her social medias.
Yay.
Stays active, and I'm sure there is something that you can be a part of. So please do go and check out her pages and all of her events that she has going on. Like she said, May is going to be a rest month for her, so that's awesome. I hope that you guys do take that into consideration, especially if like you're in business. Take some rest out for yourself. Okay.
Yes. I'm taking naps for all of y'all. Yes.
All right. We want to thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time.
Okay. Bye. Thank you, ladies. Good night.
Good night. Get your rest, sis. All right. So we want to thank you guys. We want to thank Shamiko again. Thank y'all so much for being a part in the chat. Y'all always keep it lit.
Yes. Great question, so God got you, girl. Thank you for that extra question.
Yeah.
We always love when y'all provide us questions.
Yes.
All right. So I just want to let y'all know that our next interview, we actually had to reschedule it from Tuesday, and we're moving it to Monday. So everybody, instead of Tuesday next week, come back Monday, same time, 7 o'clock next week, because we're going to have a very special guest.
Yeah.
Yasmin Williams Woods on. So we had to move around our schedule to make sure we could interview her.
That's right. Just that important.
Yes. So we can't wait. So just remember, if you're watching the replay, come back next Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. But of course, we'll put it on our social medias so you guys will know. But until our next interview, as always, be obedient. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye. To follow us on all social media platforms. It should be on the screen for you right now. Be sure to check out our Obedience Podcast Life group, where we do life together.
And then if you have any prayer requests, be sure to send those to obediencepodcast@gmail.com, and we will always stand in agreement with you.
That is right.